April 25th, 1986. In less than 24 hours, the most powerful nuclear explosion in human history will contaminate 150,000 square kilometers of Europe. 350,000 people will be permanently evacuated. The city of Pripyat, 50,000 people built specifically for the workers and their families, will be abandoned forever in a matter of hours. Children will leave their toys on the floor. Families will leave food on the table. Nobody will ever come back. It will not start with a war. It will start with a safety test. A routine, scheduled safety test that the engineers run at night because it is more convenient. Leonid Toptunov is here, a 26-year-old reactor operator working his first major independent night shift. Alexander Akimov is here, the shift supervisor who will follow every instruction and die anyway. Anatoly Dyatlov is here, the deputy chief engineer who will push the test forward despite every warning and spend years insisting it was not his fault. Viktor Bryukhanov is here, the plant director, asleep in his apartment, who will be woken at 1:30 a.m. with news he will refuse to believe. They are here. They are alive. But you don't know that yet. You wake up in Pripyat. The window is open. The air smells of cherry blossoms and fresh-cut grass. It is a Friday. The weekend is almost here. Your children are in school. Your wife is making breakfast. On the street below, someone is washing a car. A dog is sleeping in the sun. Pripyat is 9 years old, one of the newest, cleanest, most modern cities in the Soviet Union. You have never felt more safe. You are here. Walk with the city this morning. Let it show you what it is. Pripyat was built for this, for the workers of the Vladimir Lenin nuclear power plant and their families. It was designed as a showcase, a proof, a living argument that Soviet science could build not just the most powerful reactors in the world, but the most beautiful city in which to house the people who ran them. The apartments are modern.
The schools are excellent. There is a cinema, a sports complex, an Olympic-sized swimming pool. The supermarket shelves are stocked in a way that most Soviet cities can only dream of. The workers here are the elite. They know it. They are proud of it. And next week, for May Day, the fun fair opens. The Ferris wheel is already assembled. You can see it from the window of the school where your daughter is sitting in class right now. It has never been ridden. It is waiting, patient and bright yellow, for the 1st of May. It is 8 a.m. 17 hours and 23 minutes remain. The workers cycle to the plant. You have cycled this road hundreds of times. The plant is visible long before you reach it. The 4 reactor blocks and the cooling towers rising above the flat Ukrainian landscape. Enormous, clean, absolutely controlled. This is what you believe. This is what everyone here believes. Soviet nuclear technology is the safest in the world. The RBMK reactor cannot explode. It is physically impossible. The engineers explained this. The government confirmed it. You believe it the way you believe in the solidity of the road beneath your wheels. Today, Reactor 4 is scheduled for a safety test. It has been scheduled for weeks. It is not a major event. It is paperwork, a formality. The test is designed to answer one technical question. If the reactor loses external power, can the cooling pumps run on backup turbine energy long enough to prevent a meltdown during the critical window before the diesel generators kick in? That window is 60 to 75 seconds. The test will determine if the turbines can cover it. Simple, routine, the kind of thing that gets done during scheduled maintenance, the kind of thing that fills in a box on a form.
The safety test was supposed to run at 2 p.m. It was delayed, again and again. We will come back to why. The morning shift settles into the control room of Reactor 4. The instruments fill the walls. Hundreds of dials and gauges and warning lights, all of them calm, all of them green, all of them telling the same story. Everything is normal. Everything is under control. The reactor hums at full power, 3,200 megawatts of thermal energy, heating water into steam, driving turbines, sending electricity to Kiev and beyond. Leonid Toptanov checks his panels. He is 26 years old. He is good at this. He is careful and conscientious and eager to prove himself on his first major night shift. He has no reason to be afraid today. He has every reason to be proud. It is 2 p.m. The test should begin. The phone rings. Kiev is on the line. The power grid controller. He needs the electricity Reactor 4 is generating. A power station in another region has gone down. Do not reduce power yet. Keep the reactor running at full capacity until further notice. Dyatlov agrees. The test is postponed. The day shift waits. An hour. 2 hours. The afternoon stretches on. The men sit in the control room watching instruments that don't need watching, waiting for a phone call from Kiev giving them permission to begin a test they were supposed to finish 3 hours ago. The day shift ends. They go home. The evening shift takes over, inherits the waiting, inherits the frustration, inherits a reactor that has been held at full power for hours past its scheduled drawdown. The evening shift ends. They go home. The night shift arrives at midnight. They have been handed a test they did not plan for, a test they were not fully trained on, a test that has been sitting in a holding pattern for 10 hours, accumulating complications that nobody has clearly communicated to the men who now have to run it. Dyatlov is here. He is impatient. He has been waiting all day. Let's begin. It is midnight. The city is asleep. Outside, in the dark, the cherry blossoms are open. The smell is extraordinary, sweet and cold and completely indifferent to what is happening inside the concrete walls of Reactor 4. In Pripyat, the lights are off in the apartment blocks. The dog that was sleeping in the sun this morning is sleeping in the dark now. Your daughter's bedroom window is closed. Her school bag is ready by the door for Monday morning. She does not know. She cannot know. There is nothing to smell, nothing to see, nothing that would tell a human body that the world is about to change. In the control room, the order comes. Begin reducing reactor power. Leonid Toptanov works the controls. The power drops. It is supposed to stop at 700 to 1,000 megawatts. It does not stop. It falls through the floor. Past 700, past 500, past 200. It drops to 30 megawatts, almost zero. Near complete shutdown. This is not supposed to happen. This is a near-fatal accident in itself. The reactor is in a condition the engineers call xenon poisoning. The byproducts of the fission process are accumulating, suppressing the reaction, dragging the power toward nothing. Toptanov and Akimov look at their instruments. Something is wrong. Dyatlov, keep going. Leonid Toptanov looks at the reactor power levels. Something is wrong. His supervisor tells him to continue. We will come back to that decision. They pull the control rods, as many as they can. Every rod they can withdraw, they withdraw, trying to coax the power back up. They get it to 200 megawatts. It is not enough for the test. It is well below the minimum safe level for operation. The reactor's behavior at this power level is unpredictable, unstable. The xenon poisoning means the reactor is fighting them. It wants to shut down. They are preventing it from shutting down. Dyatlov, run the test. It is 1:07 a.m. The test begins. The control room is quiet. The instruments are reading. Everything looks controlled. The pumps are running. The flow rates are nominal. The temperature gauges are behaving. The instruments are wrong. What is actually happening inside the reactor is invisible to the instruments. The water in the cooling channels is boiling. Steam voids are forming. In an RBMK reactor, steam voids increase the rate of fission. More voids means more power. More power means more heat. More heat means more steam. More voids. More power. More heat. The reactor is feeding itself, climbing, accelerating rapidly. The instruments don't show it yet. It is 1:23 a.m. Akimov orders the emergency shutdown. The AZ5 button. All control rods, all of them, fully inserted. Maximum braking. Full stop. The rods begin to descend. And then, something that should not be possible happens. The tips of the control rods are made of graphite. As they enter from above, before the neutron-absorbing material reaches the core, the graphite tips briefly accelerate the reaction rather than stopping it. In a reactor that is already catastrophically unstable and accelerating beyond all safe parameters, this is enough. The power spike is instantaneous. 4 seconds. In those 4 seconds, the reactor reaches approximately 30 times its maximum designed capacity. The first explosion tears the 1,000-ton reactor lid, a circular steel plate, the weight of 10 average houses, off the top of the building. It flips upright. It falls back. The core is exposed to open air. The second explosion, 4 seconds later, sends a column of burning reactor material into the night sky above Pripyat. The graphite moderator is burning. The reactor itself is burning. Not a fire you can put out with water. Not a fire in the normal sense of the word. The reactor core, which has been contained and controlled for 3 years, is now an open furnace burning without walls, pouring its contents directly into the atmosphere. In Pripyat, nobody is woken up. The city sleeps. The cherry blossoms are still on the trees. At 1:30 a.m., the first fire engines arrive. 14 units. The firefighters look up at Reactor 4. The roof is on fire. They can see the glow. They climb up to fight it. Nobody tells them what they are climbing toward. Nobody tells them because nobody in authority has yet accepted what has happened. Viktor Brukhanov has been called. He is being told there has been an accident. He looks at the instrument panel readings someone has relayed to him. The readings say the reactor is intact. He believes the readings. The readings are from sensors that no longer exist. The firefighters pick up pieces of black rock scattered across the roof. Graphite, from inside the reactor core. The most radioactive material on Earth at this specific moment. They pick it up with their bare hands. It is warm. They think it is interesting. One of them later says it tasted like metal, like coins on your tongue. By morning, their skin will begin to change color. In Pripyat, dawn arrives quietly. The birds begin to sing at 5 a.m., exactly as they always sing at 5 a.m. in April. The cherry blossom smell carries on the early morning air, stronger in the cool before the sun rises, sweet and completely ordinary. Children begin to wake up. Saturday, no school. Some of them play outside before breakfast, in the courtyards below the apartment blocks, in the same air that the invisible cloud has been moving through for 4 hours. The cloud is rising. It is colorless. It has no smell. The spring air of Pripyat tells the body nothing. There is no warning embedded in the sensory world. You breathe, and the air tastes like spring. You open your window and the cherry blossom smell comes in. You do not know what is in it. Pripyat will not be officially evacuated until 36 hours after the explosion. The buses will arrive at 2 p.m. on April 27th. The announcement will tell people to take only what they need for 3 days. Only documents and essentials. You will be back in 3 days. You will be back soon. They are not coming back. Your daughter will leave her school bag by the door. She will not need it. The school will close. The city will close. The apartment will be locked and left exactly as it is on the morning of April 27, 1986. And it will stay that way for years and then decades. And the dust will settle over the table and the dishes and the photographs and the school bag and everything you owned and everything you built in the city that was supposed to be the future. The Ferris wheel is still there, still bright yellow, still assembled, still waiting in the center of the abandoned fun fair at the edge of the dead city, turning slowly when the wind catches it, for no one. It was supposed to open on May 1st, for the children, for the holiday, for the celebration of a city that believed in itself completely. It never opened. It is still waiting.